Hi, I'm Jason Neal, and this is my entry into the bolt.new hackathon. If you haven't heard of it, it's the world's largest hackathon. It's currently going on in June of 2025 through the end of the month. So go out to hackathon.dev and take a look. You still got time to register and get your own project submitted. But let's get back to why I'm here today. Allow me to be the first to introduce you to my pet project, something I'm calling Idea Nebula. So here's Idea Nebula. I created this app for selfish reasons, really, because I needed it. With the ongoing avalanche of powerful AI tools, I've really hit this point of like idea overload. That is to say, I just have so many ideas that it's hard to keep track of them all. So I built Idea Nebula to be a centralized place where you can catalog your ideas. It's like having your own personal idea incubator. Now, I always like to make sure I'm learning something new on every project that I work on. So for this project, it was my first time building a progressive web app, or a PWA. This enables you to install the application on your device and use it offline. When I thought about wanting to use an app like this as a user, my first concern was privacy, because I don't want to come up with some grand idea only to have somebody steal it. Now, I needed to make sure whatever tool I used was secure and not sniffing my data, for example. That's the real reason that I built this, as I said earlier, selfishly for myself. We have no backend servers, everything stays on your device. We have no tracking or analytics. We don't collect any data about you, no third-party pixels, no external scripts monitoring your activity. It's local storage only. Your ideas are stored safely in your browser, and it works offline. No internet connection required. So my way that I plan to use this is by having it installed on my iPhone. Personally, I've got it right here, actually, running. That way, whenever I have an idea pop in my head and I'm out and about, I just pull out my phone, log it in my Idea Nebula app, I'm good to go. So the first thing you'll want to do is go click Manage Categories and set up the categories that you'll want to use. By default, I've got Stellar, Cosmic, Galactic, and Nebular, but you'll probably want to create your own. Let's say you want to get rid of Nebular because you don't like that. You can just delete it, and you can add a new one. Let's call it Podcast Ideas, or Podcast Episode Ideas. We can choose a color. Let's go with something on a green. Save. So you can see we now have a new category called Podcast Episode Ideas. Now to create a new idea, you just click the New Idea button and you'll get presented with this form where you can enter a title, description, and a category. So let's go ahead and do episode about Idea Nebula. And I'll hit save. And you see the description is optional, and if you want to edit it, you just click on it and you can be like, more information. And hit save. And it updated. And then if you don't want this one, or if you finished it and you want to delete it, you just click here and hit OK. If you want to create a backup of your data, you can do that at any time. Just click here and go to Export Data. It'll download a JSON file that you can use to re-import at a later time or on another device. For example, let me go ahead and do an import of some older data that I had created here. Import successful. So there you can see I've got everything back that I may have lost before, or maybe that I created on a prior device. By the way, you can drag and drop these cards to move them around and change the order to reprioritize things however you would like. Alright, I'd like to tell you for a moment how I created this thing. So, of course, for the hackathon you have to use Bolt. So I started at bolt.new and I gave it a general idea of the type of app I was wanting to build, like an idea management application. Where it started was very similar to what you see here. It was a pretty cool looking design, looked very similar, but it just felt like it lacked inspiration or creativity, like it was just missing something. So I took a pause and I went to ChatGPT and I started, working with ChatGPT to come up with a name that felt suitable for what I was trying to build. And of course, I'm a big space nerd, if you can't already tell. So we ended up landing on the name Idea Nebula. Nebulas are like the birthplace of stars, and so it's like saying the birthplace of ideas. Once I gave bolt.new the new name, it immediately came up with what you see here. So all in all, it was really only 2 prompts to land on about 99% of what you see here. From the first prompt to when I finished the deployment and was able to actually use it, it was about 16 hours. Working on this project for the hackathon has been a ton of fun. If you want to try out the app for yourself, it's totally free. It's available. Just go to idea-nebula.com. Personally, I'm excited about it, and I can't wait to start using it myself. But that's all I have. Don't forget, you still have through the end of the month. If you want to participate as well, just head on over to hackathon.dev to register and get started. Thanks for watching.